How did Singapore, a small city-state, evolve to have one of the world's most admired education systems? This is a question that has intrigued educators and policymakers worldwide. It's a story of resilience, innovation, and an unwavering commitment to excellence. Nestled in the heart of Southeast Asia, Singapore is smaller than many cities, yet it's a powerhouse of education. This tiny island nation has consistently ranked among the top performers in international education assessments, such as the Program for International Student Assessment and the Trends in International Mathematics and Science Study. But the question is, how did this happen? It's not about having the most resources, but about using what they have wisely. The Singaporean education system is uniquely designed to ensure every child, regardless of their background, has an equal opportunity to succeed. It's a system that values not only academic achievement but also character development, creativity, and a love for lifelong learning. This hasn't gone unnoticed. Singapore's education system has been hailed as a model for others to follow. The World Bank, the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, and many other international bodies have lauded its approach to education. They've studied its strategies, its curriculum, its teacher training programs, and its school leadership models, all in a bid to understand the secret behind its success. What's even more remarkable is that Singapore's education system has achieved this level of excellence within just a few decades. Singapore gained independence in 1965, and since then, it's transformed from a developing country with high illiteracy rates into a global leader in education. But the journey to the top wasn't easy. It required a clear vision, strategic planning, and an unwavering commitment to quality. It required understanding the needs of the students and the demands of the future. And most importantly, it required the dedication and hard work of countless educators who believed in the potential of every child. To understand this phenomenon, we need to delve into the past. And that's exactly what we're going to do in the next scenes. So, stay tuned as we unravel the story of Singapore's educational success. In the aftermath of independence in 1965, Singapore's education system was a far cry from what it is today. At that time, the island nation was grappling with the challenges of nation building, and education was viewed as a tool to foster social cohesion and economic development. The education system in the 60s and 70s was primarily survival-driven. It was a time when the government was focused on equipping its citizens with the basic skills necessary for survival in a rapidly evolving post-colonial society. English became the medium of instruction in schools, a strategic move to prepare its citizens for the global economy. Simultaneously, the government introduced policies to make education accessible to all, regardless of their socio-economic background. This included the establishment of neighborhood schools, providing every child in Singapore with the opportunity to attend school close to their home. It was a pivotal moment in Singapore's education history, a significant step towards the democratization of education. The 70s also saw the introduction of streaming, a system where students were grouped based on their academic abilities. This method aimed to ensure that each child received an education tailored to their pace of learning, laying the groundwork for the differentiated education system we see today. Alongside these structural changes, the government also recognized the importance of values in education. Moral education programs were introduced, emphasizing core values like respect, responsibility, and resilience. These programs aim to nurture not just academically competent individuals but also citizens with strong moral character. In retrospect, these early years were a time of experimentation, of trial and error. The government was unafraid to take bold steps to make necessary changes and to learn from the outcomes. It was during this period that the foundation was laid for an education system that would later be renowned for its excellence. These were the early days of a journey towards excellence. The seeds sown during this period would take root and grow, shaping the landscape of Singapore's education system and setting it on a path towards becoming one of the best in the world. These were the days when Singapore started laying the foundation of an education system that would serve as a model for many others to follow. The 1980s and 90s marked a period of significant transformation for Singapore's education system. This era brought about major reforms that would shape the future of education in Singapore, setting it apart from its Asian counterparts. One of the most notable changes was the introduction of streaming. This strategy grouped students based on their academic abilities, providing them with tailored learning experiences. No longer was there a one-size-fits-all approach. Instead, the education system began to recognize the diverse talents and capabilities of its students, fostering an environment that encouraged every child to excel in their unique way. But it wasn't just about academics. The focus also shifted towards bilingualism. The government saw value in students being proficient in both English and their mother tongue. This wasn't merely about communication, it was about preserving cultural heritage while simultaneously opening doors to global opportunities. The emphasis on bilingualism allowed students to be rooted in their identities, yet ready to take on the world. The reforms didn't stop there. In addition to academics and language, there was a newfound emphasis on holistic education. The goal was to develop well-rounded individuals who were not only book-smart but also possessed character and values. Schools began integrating character education into their curriculum, nurturing students to be responsible, respectful, and resilient. This holistic approach recognized that education was more than just about grades. It was about preparing students for life. These transformations were not without challenges. There was resistance, apprehension, and even skepticism. But as the years rolled by, the results spoke for themselves. Singaporean students began to excel not only in academics but also in various other fields. They were making their mark globally, proving that the system's focus on meritocracy, bilingualism, and character development was indeed a winning formula. These changes set the stage for a system that values meritocracy, bilingualism, and character development. It transformed the education landscape in Singapore, paving the way for a system that is now admired and emulated across the globe. This was the era that redefined education in Singapore, ushering in a new age of learning and growth. Fast forward to the 21st century and you'll find an education system that is finely tuned to the needs of a modern, knowledge-based economy. Now let's delve into the present day, where Singapore's education system has evolved into a powerhouse, a beacon of excellence admired and studied by nations worldwide. The system today is a dynamic blend of tradition and innovation, a unique amalgamation of the conventional and the modern. A key element of this system is the focus on lifelong learning. Gone are the days when education was considered a phase, something you left behind once you stepped into the professional world. Today it's an ongoing process, a constant journey of acquiring new knowledge and skills. Singapore's education system fosters this mindset, encouraging learners to stay curious, stay relevant, and never stop learning. Innovation is not just a buzzword here, it's a way of life. Schools in Singapore are innovation hubs where students are given the freedom to explore, experiment, and express. Education isn't just about textbook learning, it's about thinking outside the box, about problem solving, about creativity. Then there's the move towards flexible learning pathways. The traditional one-size-fits-all approach to education has been traded for a more tailored, student-centric model. Singapore recognizes that every learner is unique, with differing strengths, interests, and learning styles. Therefore, it offers a plethora of educational pathways, providing students with the flexibility to chart their own academic journey. And it's not just about academics. Singapore's education system places a strong emphasis on character development, instilling in students values like resilience, respect, and responsibility. It's about shaping not just knowledgeable individuals, but responsible citizens, leaders of tomorrow. In this way, Singapore's education system has managed to strike a balance between academic rigor and holistic development, between tradition and innovation, between the needs of the individual and the needs of the society. In a span of just over half a century, Singapore's education system has undergone a remarkable transformation. A transformation that has seen it rise from humble beginnings to become a global model of educational excellence. So, what can we learn from Singapore's education journey? Well, there's no denying that Singapore's education system stands as an example of excellence and innovation on the global stage. The island city-state has made extraordinary strides in education, and there are several key takeaways that we can glean from their journey. Firstly, the bedrock of this system is meritocracy, a belief deeply ingrained in Singaporean society. The idea that hard work and talent, rather than background or connections, determine success is a powerful motivator. It's a principle that has guided the development of their education system, ensuring that every child, regardless of their socioeconomic background, has an equal chance at success. Another cornerstone of Singapore's education success is bilingualism. The emphasis on mastering both English and a mother tongue language from an early age not only fosters effective communication in a multicultural society, but also encourages cognitive flexibility and mental agility. Character development is another key focus. Singapore's education system isn't just about academics. It's about producing well-rounded individuals who can contribute positively to society. The emphasis on values, morals, and character building, coupled with a broad-based curriculum, ensures that students are not just book smart, but also life smart. Lifelong learning is yet another critical element. Singapore recognizes that education does not stop at graduation. Hence, it actively promotes continual learning, upskilling, and reskilling to keep up with the rapidly changing world. This commitment to lifelong learning ensures that the workforce remains competitive and adaptable. Lastly, innovation has played a crucial role in Singapore's educational success. The system is constantly evolving, with regular reviews and reforms to ensure it remains relevant and effective. This adaptability and willingness to change is a testament to Singapore's commitment to educational excellence. In conclusion, Singapore's education journey is an inspiring tale of how a nation can transform its education landscape through dedication, innovation, and a deep-seated belief in the potential of every child. Thank you for joining us on this educational journey. Don't forget to follow our Facebook page and YouTube channel for more insightful content.